Happy today. I am William Brown from IamWilliamBrown.com. This is Disconnect to Connect, one-word conversations. One-word conversations is a relationship building, self-discovery conversation designed to help us look at our language to see how we are connecting and disconnecting. Today is a special show because it is the day before I start the new season. As you can see, there's a new look to the show. A nice little banner at the top, and I am going to work hard to kind of go with it for the rest of the season. Sometimes I don't like my new work and kind of go from there. So so this is the way it looks. I have been approaching my U cards differently this year and this season, and so I will start that for today. I've picked a card, I am enough, and so I will be unpacking I am enough until there's nothing more to unpack, that I really get it for myself and I can see it showing up in my life. So I don't know how long I'm going to be with that card, and I invite you to be with that card also. There's a number of things that this conversation is going to include, and one is I am going to talk about my one word for the year. My one word for the year. My word for the year. And I'm just going to just go with it. This is, as I say, this is the time for you to like, share, ask comments, questions, and all that other kind of stuff. I've been going back and forth to see if I would exactly invite someone in live on the show. And how we would do that, so they can share their words, so almost like a call-in type of thing. So, if anybody is up to that, that would be great to do that, and I'm going to do that. So, my word of the year, my one word that I am going to be unpacking. Hello, my friend. That is transcend. And the fun thing about transcend is that I have been going back and forth, and in some cases I've tried to kind of pick another word or kind of talk around that word. And so I think that's why this is the word, this is the time for this word to be a part of the my year. I really believe that this year is inviting me to go beyond some things, go beyond my limitations, go beyond my fears, go beyond my thoughts, to transcend it. And I think in that place beyond, my disappointments, my fears, my anxieties, that's where this year is going to meet me. And I'm excited, and I don't want to say I'm concerned about that, but I'm just really, I guess I'm looking forward to how that is. We have, it's like Siri or something kind of talking in the background. And so it is powered off now. So how, some people ask me, how do I pick a word of the year? And what I do is, meditation is a part of my practice. I have a meditation practice. And so in December, I kind of just quiet myself. And this year I did a water fast. And I was just I quieted myself, and I just was listening. What do I believe, my word is going to be for the year? And when when I first thought of a word, the word transform kept on coming up. And I was like, well, maybe just transform my word. I don't know if that's, the word. It just didn't sit right. In some cases, it felt basic. And it was a part of this conversation, but it was not the conversation. I don't know if you have ever had that thing that it was like, yeah, it's that, but it's not that. But I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not that. And that's how it was when I kept on hearing transform. And then when transcend came involved, and what I will do is I will read the definition of transcend and kind of go from there. It's like it is a verb, so there's action to it, so there is movement, so that's good. I always liked when there's movement. To be or go beyond a range or limit of something abstract or conceptual, or just be beyond, just go beyond. To surpass is the second word, is that so to really go past or go beyond. And it's kind of interesting for me, as you can hear the beautification of my neighborhood that's happening. A large part of my labels conversation is to go beyond our labels, to transcend our labels, so we don't get hooked or caught into that. And so I think I've been talking about going beyond, and I realized that I've been doing the word of the year for almost 4 years now. This is the 4th year. So my first word was bold. The first year it was bold. The next year it was noun. And last year it was remember. And this year it's transcend. And, when I look back over the years, there's been a lot of boldness that have been showing up, and my relationship with bold has definitely improved, but I still find those moments where it's not that I'm not being bold. It's just that I realize and that I acknowledge that I'm just choosing not to do it. This is not something that I want to do. And that's okay. And it's like sometimes I believe moments invite us to do things that we don't feel like doing, right? But there are things that we don't do because we just don't want to do it. It has nothing to do with a feeling. It's just like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. And I think that way is something that I think you should honor that more. One, you should recognize it, but I think you should honor that and not just force yourself to do that. If you have to force yourself to do something, then I think that's when you're trying to make something happen. And so it's like trying to help God, right? Try to help the divine. And I don't know about you, but for me, that never works. That never works out. So transcend. I really wanted to share. I've put in the comments. I don't know if you're able to see that. I've put in a couple of links to help you find your word of the year. So there is, wordoftheyear.me. You can go there, and I think that is a random one. There is a dayspring.com, your word quiz, and that has a series of questions that it asks. And I don't know if you know anything about Dayspring, but Dayspring is a Christian organization. So if you if you're a Christian or anything like that, you can go there, and probably it will have questions around that. And also within that, there is a feelingthejars.com, the word of the year ideas. There's a lot of resources there, and I think that was something that I used. There was I think the first year that I picked a word of the year, it was like a workshop. It was like a vision board workshop, but it was a word of the year workshop. And there was a lot of questions, and there was a lot of things to kind of get you there. When I embrace that we are whole and complete, that is a place that, excuse me, that is something that I'm starting to believe. You believe that or you don't. And when you embrace that you are whole and complete, sorry, I have a tickle in my nose. And it's like, am I going to sneeze, or am I just, what's going to happen? So it is an opportunity for you to, I forgot what I was going to say there. So if you remember what I was going to say there, I'll come back to that. But yeah, I believe, the whole and complete. That's where we are. If you believe that you're whole and complete, I believe that you already know what this year has for you, what your word is. But are you going to be willing? Are you going to be willing to go with it, to flow with it, to make that happen? I'm going to have some water. So the other way transcend is going to show up for me. It's going to be within this show, in my business, in my relationships, and for myself. And I think within this show, there are a number of things that I didn't bring to the One Word Conversation show, meaning that if there was something going on in my business that I would want to do, I really wouldn't talk about it. I was like, oh yeah, I got to do another video to kind of do that. And then I would never do another video because, in some places I love doing this. I love being a part of, the streaming community and being a part out there, because I really believe that there is a value in the conversations that I have. But I wanted to kind of keep this pure. And so it's like primarily a show, and I wouldn't bring anything else in. And what I realized, that I am creating a platform that I'm not putting anything on, and it's like, what is the point of creating a platform when you're not putting things on it? You're not giving people the opportunity to really connect with you on a level that would make a difference. So it's just not going to, One Word Conversations is not going to be an infomercial that there's going to be, commercials all the time, or things that you can buy and says, oh yeah, I said this. So, right in the middle of a conversation, we're going to have a commercial, or, product placement, right? Type of thing. But what I will do is I will let you know about the other things that are available at IamWilliamBrown.com, and through other ways, other ways that I'm going to get things out to you. So that's, I am going to kind of break that mindset. Most of the times for me, when I don't transcend, when I don't go beyond something, is because I'm holding on to it. I'm suffering, or I feel like it's like a dog with a bone, right? I need to hold on to this until I figure this out, type of thing. And what I am learning, or what is coming to me now, is that I don't need to know everything. I just need to know enough so that I can move, so I can keep moving, so I can transcend, so I can go beyond. There is this, there's a large part of me that believes that a large part of my value is that I I'm a thinker. I'm a very thoughtful person. I don't just say things. It gives me great thought. And most of the times when I don't have a lot of thought to something, I won't share it. I just, I, I just don't. And so, I don't believe that this season or this opportunity is asking me not to be thoughtful. I think what it is asking me is to not wait. And there has been a conversation. Um, um, it's been coming up briefly for for a month now. There's been a conversation with my friends around my closing of the world wants you, the world needs you, but the world isn't waiting for you, so go be you. And you know there's a number of people that said that um, if the world doesn't want you, I'm sorry, if the world wants you and needs you, why won't it wait? Why won't it wait? And the short answer is I don't know, but I'll use this as an example. A number of years ago, um, I had a business, and I was excited about it and everything like that, and it was I was putting a lot of time and effort and money within it, and it just wasn't going as quickly and fast that I wanted or needed it to go, so I could have a profit and do all those kind of things to kind of take care of itself. Um, I was having challenges at home. And so, what I would say is that I can't deal with this right now. I'll deal with this when I get home. And so, what I was asking, or in some cases, demanding that my world, my home life would stop, right? Would stop or pause. And then I would go to work, and then I would come back and, unpause it, and then fix it or make a difference in it. What I soon found out that the problems, the challenges that I wanted to pause didn't pause. And not only um, got bigger, but got worse and got more difficult to deal with. And so it caused a major challenge in my life. And so the more I recognize when I say the world wants you, the world needs you, but the world won't wait for you, so go be you. What I am saying, or what I am offering, is that you get present to your life, get presence to your world. The world is what you're creating. It's your family. It's your business. It needs your attention now. It needs you now. It wants you now. And so sometimes in those now moments, we have to transcend. We have to go beyond our fears, our disappointments, our expectations to really be able to show up in that moment. And so, so that's how. That's why I believe that the world isn't waiting. The world, your world, isn't waiting for you. And that may sound difficult to hear, but I don't want to say it's the truth, but that is what's true to me. I would love to hear your comments if that is something that is true for you also. But if anyone's on and want to share their word of the year, I would love to see that, and I would put it on the screen for you, and we can talk about it. And if you are I guess, as they say, camera ready, you could come on to the show, um, and talk directly to me. But yeah, I think I I am really going to embrace a lot of things that are happening in my world. And the one thing that I have not been putting on my show, and in some cases that I feel like I've been derelict in it, and I have been less than, is sharing that I'm a candidate for the Man of the Year, Man and Woman of the Year, and the Spotlight series that is going to come up. It's pretty much going to be um, almost like a telethon, in a sense that I am going to reach out and have a lot of different stories, a lot of different journeys around their cancer story, and with the desire to raise $30,000. That's my goal. And so I will invite you to be on my team, and my team will consist of something as little as you will join the team so you can share the donation link. And I will see how you, I guess, how you're able to contribute that way. And you can be on a more inactive role, so to be a part of a lot of other things. So yeah, that's the other thing that I want to transcend in my understanding of what it means to be Man or Woman of the Year, and just kind of embrace that and just kind of go from there. On One Word Conversations this season, it is going to be, the word of the year is transcend, but I think the word of, it's on like Donkey Kong. There's a lot of things coming to One Word Conversations this year, and one being that I am going to start or launch the audio portion of the show as a podcast. So we're going to open it up to a lot of other people, a lot of different audiences that are not on Facebook or YouTube for that matter, but they get their information through audio podcasts. So that is going to be a part of the One Word community. So it's going to be video and audio. And so we're going to have fun with that. The other thing that I'm very excited at, that I'm going to transcend from my trying to be in control of everything. And really, there's a number of my guests that have requested that they get the word blind. So it's going to be an enriching conversation, or it's going to be a quick conversation, because, sometimes, we get stuck at a place, but I think it's going to cause me to kind of, I don't want to say work harder, but kind of really, leave a space where people can, I guess, be honest and be open, because they're getting it. They're getting it live. And so, it's like, I want to shock them, but I don't want to shock them. I want them to be prepared. I want them to really feel that no matter what their opinion is about their word that they just heard, a moment ago, that I will still give them the level of respect and an appreciation of their feelings and of their thoughts, and how they see it. So that's going to be new to the show, and I'm going to be putting out invitations to the show that will have people have people that you know be on the show. So I'll just put it that way. Or people that you may know that a lot of other people know and just kind of go from there. So that was something that, yeah, that I'm going to do and that I'm going to embrace, and that I'm enough. And so, yeah. So usually when I do a one word solo episode, I don't do any more than 25 minutes, 30 minutes tops, because I don't want the feeling of rambling along, wasting your time. I don't know what that's all about. To just stay on just because. Transcend is my word of the year. And so I'm looking for it to show up in a number of different ways. Let me know what you think of the new look, the new look of one word conversations, and go from there. So, yeah, so I'm excited about what's coming up and what's in store. How can I be excited about what's coming up and also be present to what is now? Where am I transcending today? Where am I looking for opportunities to transcend? How has that shown up for me today? And kind of go from there. Yeah. So when you watch the replay, I invite you to put in your word of the year and see how that goes and how that shows up. And so yeah, so I invite you to come back tomorrow for next season. Our next season, season 3, will show up. I don't know if I shared on this show that my title. I guess I'm still a solopreneur life coach, but along with that, and what I'm going to be promoting more is the self-awareness coach. And what does that mean? What do I do? And what I am going to do right now is I am going to read something that I'm learning right now. One, because I thought I had it available and I didn't. So I am going to read what I do because it's something that I'm growing into. And so I want you to know exactly what I do so I can help you out if that makes sense for you. So, and I will be doing an I Am William Brown live today. It's like right after I do my Happy Today challenge of the day, which is the Happy Today challenge is to find happy in your work. Find happy in your work, and I will give you some tools and some opportunities to find happy in your work. But when you ask what I do and what does it mean to be a self-discovery, self-awareness coach, and this is what I am learning to say. Do you know how so many people feel like they see themselves doing more and having more for their life? But because they're not, they feel frustrated and angry and disappointed every day. Well, what I do is I help them connect to their calling, to tap to their inner strength so that they can release it to the world. so they can experience all the joy, the fulfillment, the money, the adventure they have already imagined for their lives. That's what I do. That's why self-awareness is so important. Um, and yeah, so happy today. I look for you to reach out to me at iamwilliambrown.com, where you can have a complimentary coaching call to help you be yourself and live your life. Because the world wants you, the world needs you, but it is not waiting for you. So go be you. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow on season 3, the opener of season 3 tomorrow of One Word Conversation.